You all know that I am an interesting fellow when it comes to politics. A wide open book, but I'm also not. I'm not. I have got a lot of love for things Trump does, but I'm also not afraid to criticize him. I think that you all know that you all can recognize when someone's just shilling, and I do love things that Trump ran on and that he's trying to do. Helping the working class, building the wall, ramping up the deportations, which needs to happen even faster and more aggressively. But he's about to make, or seemingly has committed to something I simply cannot abide by. It is something I know people around him view the internet. So I'm hoping people will, like the video, share it on social media. He has engaged in what I would say is perhaps the biggest mistake of both terms of his presidency right now. And I just cannot, the dude cannot abide by this. The idea that we're even considering a citizen database is obviously bonkers. But the company that he's going to work with to do it is even more bonkers. So let's go through this. I want to let everyone know there's a few Father's Day gift boxes left. Link in the description. Father's Day is coming up fast, so make sure you pick yours up. It's our blueberry cobbler, our Colombian roast, our honey sticks, yogurt-covered pretzels, chocolate-covered espresso beans, and a K-cup adapter, all for $49.99, shipped free overnight. Trump flipped on us. Mega reacts to potential national citizen database. This is like step one in digital ID, right? I don't support it. The White House has contacted Palanteer. Remember that company because we're going to talk about them in a minute. The Colorado-based analytics company, who co-founded by Trump supporter Peter Thiel, to assist compiling a database of personal information on American citizens, according to unnamed government officials and Palanteer employees who spoke with the New York Times. The purported deal follows project talks Palanteer had with the Social Security Administration and the Department of Education. Now, are they just working? I don't want to be alarmist. Are they just working on, I don't know, modernizing, updating the Social Security database? Okay, maybe, this is their wheelhouse. That would be something that I'm fine with. But I just want to let you know who Palanteer really is. Here's a CEO and co-founder of Palanteer, Alex Karp, speaking at the World Economic Forum 2 years ago, saying our primary goal is to set a global standard for the world behavior. This is alarming for several reasons. Trump just made a deal with him and allowed his company to weave intricately into the fabric of the whole federal government, creating a merged, massive database of all of our personal sensitive data for the first time in history. Now, if you think it's the first time in history our government has compiled this information on us, I have some wonderful, beautiful swampland in Florida to sell you. They absolutely already have most of this database, probably, but this will be a whole nother level to that. This is significant because, yes, the government has... Okay, all right, the Patriot voice, shout out, you got there. Yes, the government has always had our data by way of the NSA, but it's never been merged together across all agencies with the help of a third-party corporation like Palanteer, which acts more like an intel agency than a company. We're going to get into that. They did this using a backdoor through Doge, and Elon Musk facilitated the process. This was his true role. Palanteer and Elon go way back, and recently xAI partnered with Palanteer along with BlackRock. Deep state. In fact, Palanteer is quite literally funded by the CIA through QTEL, which is the CIA's venture capital arm. In a nutshell, Trump just employed a proxy of the CIA to create the largest surveillance police state in American history. Like, you guys thought the Patriot Act was bad. This is incredible. And look, there are a lot of people out there that will never say anything bad about any decision Trump makes. And they'll say, everything's a fifth or sixth or seventh dimensional chess move. I prefer to take a hopefully more charitable position in not saying that Trump is outright evil or that he knows what this all means, but more that Trump is not a big technology guy. And I think the people around him may have convinced him that this is a good idea. Did you know that Alex Karp also bragged about stopping, quote, the rise of the far right in Europe? Yes, he did. I have the clip. Where is this? I have the clip of him saying this. Now, we all know what far right means. That just means anybody who's moderately conservative. Here he is, the CEO of Alan Karp, saying his company's software single-handedly stopped the, quote, far right in Europe. Now they're building an AI-powered government mega database of all American personal information right here in the U.S.
Look, we built PG, which single-handedly stopped the rise of the far right in Europe.
He literally said, I mean, this is not a misinterpretation. Our software literally stopped the rise. Now, everybody, we know what people mean when they say far right. They just mean conservative.
We built Foundry, which was used to distribute the COVID vaccine and saved millions of lives.
Did it? So they're involved with stopping the quote-unquote far right. They're involved in the jab bonanza.
Globally, we built what we call multi-constellation, and what's often called the digital kill chain. And
digital kill
they're
chain.
Category-defining products. So when you deliver these products to the market, just honestly, people say this isn't going to exist, this isn't valuable, but then it changes the market. And then the market is the Palanteer market. Now, that doesn't mean everyone in the world is going to buy our product, but it means most of the sensible people in the world are going to buy from the category we defined.
Most of the sensible people in the world wanted to stop the right and distribute the jab. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. I mean, this is bonkers. Why would Trump, who is supposed to be a right-wing populist, allow such intentional subversion by a self-professed progressive like Alex Karp to infiltrate our government? They want to set a standard for behavior because that is a standard upon which social credit system will be measured that will tie directly into our data profile, including the usage of our carbon, which will be taxed. And I 100% agree and subscribe to this. Also understand that this is not a conspiracy theory. Nations like China already do this. Europe is probably 5 years away from doing this. Everything we will do will be monitored by smart devices, and that information will factor into our social credit score, which will dictate the privileges we are allowed to have or not. This is the nightmare vision that the psychopaths have for our future, and now it's being enabled. Through the Internet of Bodies, they will even know our thoughts, and our dissent or opposition will be swiftly punished. They're even able to create pre-crime or thought crime scenarios to set us up for crimes we never committed using advanced AI. Sound familiar? You know, I mean, here he is, you know.
Then we were asked if we were willing to supply our product philanthropically, basically for free, and I was very in favor of this because our primary mission is, in fact, to set a global standard for the world for behavior.
Set a global standard for the world for our behavior. This is right here in America. Here's a AI kill and control system by Palanteer. Gotham video posted by Greg Reese. No, I don't know. You know, do your own fact checking on this, obviously.
In 2024, Palanteer made a deal with Israel to harness Palanteer's advanced technology in support of war-related missions.
This is from the
We
Reese
see
report.
part of that technology today as the Lavender AI system, which assigns Palestinians a numerical score of 1 to 100 based on how likely they are of being an enemy. It has a 10% error rate, which has been acceptable for Israel and Palanteer.
Getting wealthy off of killing Palestinians. Palanteer kills Palestinians with their AI and technology.
Oh.
You're killing my family in Palestine.
Yeah. And, you know,
What kind of person are you? How do you sleep at night?
well, if you,
Shame on you.
do you want to hear my answer? So the primary source of death in Palestine is the fact that Hamas has realized that there are millions and millions of useful idiots that will...
Using that excuse. This is why you don't get a flat. How dare you? Your AI and your technology from Palanteer kills
us to second guess everything, and I believe that broadly the IDF gets to decide what it wants to do, and that they're broadly in the right.
And along with the Lavender system, there is the Hubsora AI system, which means the gospel, which is an AI tool created to address the human issue of running out of targets. Hubsora generates up to 100 targets per day. Both these AI systems use Palantir's advanced surveillance technology to track every person's phone records, social media, and movement patterns. Palantir's tech is used by the U.S. military.
Does this sound like the kind of stuff you want? Like Donald Trump, please, I hope people will share this video. You know, I unlike some, still give you the benefit of the doubt. I still believe that hopefully you were just given bad information by people around you. But this is bonkers. Numerous pro-Trump voices expressed dismay and feelings of betrayal across social media platforms like X. People are so quick to suggest that I flipped on Trump. No, I didn't flip on Trump. Trump flipped on us. I am not willing to continue to live a lie, and I will tell you the unfortunate truth. The Patriot Voice wrote on X, 258,000 subscribers. The Hodge twins, popular conservatives and Trump supporters, have more than 3.3 million followers on X. In response to the New York Times report, they wrote, "Hope it ain't true." It is true. Another post the same day reads, "Don't know if this is true, but I didn't vote for this." I know, feeding every, quote, mega extremist into an AI database controlled by the CIA and other nations where, seriously, if Palantir isn't the deep state, then what is? Trump has to reverse this. He absolutely has to reverse this. This is a massive, massive betrayal of his base, and I sincerely hope he just doesn't know about it. Trump has changed his mind in the past, and I'm pleading with him to do so now. I hope you were informed by this video. If you were, please leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.